everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jessica and today I have my finale for Oh My Pan 200. This has been a lot of fun this year, but I am glad that it is over. As you know, on my last update I did hit my 200, but I wanted to keep going because there were some things that I had in projects specifically to hit pan, and I kind of wanted to get as many of those done in this calendar year as possible, and I wanted to see how many I could get to. I have to say I was not as dedicated to it in this past month and a half, because I normally do this on like the 8th or the 9th, and of course this is obviously the last day of the year. Happy New Year's Eve, everyone. So this is like a little over a month and a half, and I have not been as dedicated to it. While I was still trying to hit pans, I was also playing more with things that I wasn't trying to hit pan on, or had already had pan on it that I am attempting to finish. You know how that goes. But I did want to continue on as much as possible, and this is it. Misty is hopefully going to have her video up. I know she's got some life things going on, so I'm not sure when she is going to be uploading that, but I wanted to get mine done so I can start the new year fresh. So I'm going to have Misty listed down below, and there are some other people that have been doing not necessarily 200, though I know Little Gemini Doll has been doing it. Don't know her real name. And there are some other people that are doing smaller numbers. They're going to be listed down below as well. So let's get into this. Normally I would put a split screen of my pan, like a picture of the pan and me holding up the other one. But in the essence of trying to get this done in a reasonable amount of time, still have time to edit and get it up, you know, I'm going to hold it up, and you know I'm going to do a montage of all the ones that I have hit pan on this year, and you'll be able to see all of them as they whiz by with some music. And let's do this. I had a lot of pans since I updated last, and I'm going to go in the order that they're on my spreadsheet. So the first one is the Revolution Ultra Cream Bronzer, and I've got my pan right there. Next up is the BH Cosmetics Avocado Toast Palette, and I was working on the shade Avocado, which is this top shade right there. Hopefully you guys can see it, but if not, like I said, you will see this in the montage. Next thing I hit pan on is the ColourPop Super Shock Shadow from the Hocus Pocus collection in the shade Dost Thou Comprehend. That one is a pretty easy one to see. I enjoyed that one a whole lot. I think I just like Super Shocks and Jelly Much, which, you know, those are hard to hit pan on because everything's so smooshy. Next is a Coastal Scents Mica Pigment. This is in the Chrome Carmine Mica Powder. It is hard to see because it is pale, but it is there. I have two that I hit in the ColourPop Hocus Pocus Witching Hour palette. I hit pan in Summon Us, which is this right here, and Circle of Salt. From the Depotted Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons palette, Pecan Praline. Pan in the Sephora Colorful Blush. This is the shade Shame on You. That is a very obvious pan right there. A Coastal Scents Hot Pot. This one is in the shade Lavender. As well as a Coastal Scents Mica Pigment. This is in the shade Chameleon Violet Mica Powder. I actually have a pan now in the Mimosa palette from BH Cosmetics, and the shade that I was working on is down here. It is called Bubbly. That was a really pretty shade for the lids as well as the inner corner. Another Super Shock, but this is a blush from ColourPop, and this is in the shade Virtual Reality. This one, the pan is kind of dark. I don't know if it's rusting or if it's just worn from where I was swirling my brush, but I definitely do have pan in there. From the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, this is the shade Queen. I have pan in the ColourPop The Nightmare Before Christmas palette, and the shade is Christmas Town, which is this hot pink right here. I actually hit a few pans in this palette this year. From the BH Cosmetics Lost in Los Angeles palette, I hit pan in the shade Rush Hour, which is this silvery blue or bluish silver shade down here. Some more ColourPop for you. This is the Cashmere Forever palette, and I was able to hit pan in the shade Softy. It is right up here in the corner, but because it's such a pale shade, it's kind of hard to see, but you'll be able to see that in the montage. More Coastal Scents Hot Pots, and this is from the Winterberry palette. If I can get this palette open, it is fighting me pretty hard. There it goes. This is the shade Mauve Frost right there. And now I think I have 3 pans in this palette. and that makes me happy because it's been neglected. Yet another Coastal Scents Hot Pot. This is in the shade Pink Silver, and I've got Baby Pan right over here. This is one that I'm continuing to work on. I did hit pan on it, but it is in a project to finish. Next, I have the Hot Pot in Pink Mauve. This is also in a project to finish. A non-eyeshadow and a non-Coastal Scents or Color Pop. This is from Bobbi Brown. It is the Pot Rouge in Velvet Plum. And hopefully you can see right there in the middle. I was able to finally hit pan on this because I was only using it on my cheeks. I decided to use it on my lips as well because it is designed for both. And I was finally able to hit pan on it by using it both ways. I have a couple more Coastal Scents Hot Pots for you. The first one is in the shade Venetian Red. Really like my reds a whole lot. And this shade is in Coral Blossom. Back to the Color Pop. This is a Super Shock Shadow in the shade In Harmony. I actually hit pan in 2 of these this year. I own 2 of them, and I decided I was going to hit pan in both of them. And yeah, I enjoyed it a whole lot. It might go into a project for 2024. I'm not sure yet because I do have some other goldy type shades that I'm working on. We'll have to wait and see. Another non-eyeshadow. This is the Essence Silky Touch Blush in the shade Baby Doll. I have massive pan on this one, and it is going to get finished. It is currently in a project, in a rollover project, so I am really hoping that I can finish that in 2024. The Crazy Palette from e.l.f. It is busted. It is just a hot mess. And this shade right here, this silvery kind of gray shade, I have got pan in the middle of that one. Another eyeshadow, this one from Too Faced, from the Love palette, and this is the shade Sweetie Pie, this pink heart right there. Another eyeshadow, this one is from Essence. This is the Fairy Wings and Magical Things palette, and I was able to hit pan on It's Magic, which is this purple shade right here. Another one in this e.l.f. Prism Smoke palette. Forgot what it was called for a minute, and there it is in the blue. These are really hard to see because it is black plastic pan as opposed to the bright silver pan that we're used to. I've got the Glam Light Pizza palette right here. I have 2 in this, but I will show you the other one because I'm trying to stay in the order in which I hit them. So Red Onions is this beautiful pinky purple shade up here, and I enjoyed this one very, very much. More Color Pop, and this time in a palette. This is the Blush Crush palette, and the shade The One is yet another one that I hit pan on. I've got 2 that I hit pan on back to back in the Odin's Eye Norns palette. The first one that I hit pan on is the shade Self right here, and then in the shade Pink Chameleon. I know that one is going to be hard to see. This one's going to be hard to see as well. This is from a Depotted BH Cosmetics palette. It's from the Bubs Beauty Bee palette, and this is the shade Able. And my pan is kind of like a half moon up there because I use a flat shader brush with that one. Back into the Glam Light Pizza palette, and I hit pan on the shade Jalapenos, and there was no sticks involved. There it is right there. Beautiful shade. When it comes time to pan this whole palette, I think I'm going to really enjoy it because I like the formula of these. On to the Mange palette. I hit 4 pans in this back to back to back to back because I was really focused on them. I wore them quite a lot in a lot of different ways in conjunction with each other, with other shadows. I was just like hyper focused on these. So the first one is the shade Sunset, which is this up here. Then Cashmere is this one down in the corner. Vampire is this beautiful like coppery kind of shade. And then Burgundy is this matte shade right here. This one was a funky pan because it had like a bubble or something in it. It is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Pressed Powder in the shade Peach, which looks straight up orange. Does it not look orange to you? But I do have pan in there. It is black plastic pan. And like I said, when I hit pan in this in the project that it was in, it had like a weird bubble and like a chunk fell out. I did use the chunk, but it was not pan hit in a normal way. We are almost done, I promise. The next one is the Coastal Scents Hot Pot in Sand Dune. It is really pretty. I used it on my lids. I used it as my inner corner. I even tried it as a highlighter a couple times. Wasn't the best, but it did work, and it is right there in the center. And the last 3 I have hit in this past few days. The first one is a Coastal Scents loose eyeshadow that I pressed years ago into here. It's just like a metallic silver. I don't think it even had a name on it, but I was able to finally hit pan on this. I've been wearing a lot more cool shades just to get that one done. This one right here is a Looksy shadow. This is one of my newest shadows, and I've already got pan in it. It is stunning. I love wearing this. I can wear it with greens, with oranges, with browns, you name it. I can even wear it with teals if I want to. I absolutely love this. Massive pan in that for being a like relatively new shadow. And the last one, the one that I hit today, is from the Pat McGrath Labs Eye Ecstasy Subversive palette. It is in the shade Lapis Luxury. It is this one right here, and I am finally at pan on this one. I've been working on this one all year. I normally do not do like all over the lid with this dark of a shade, but I knew I was close. Like, I was super close, so I decided to go all over the lid, and I actually hit pan in it before I even did my second eye, so that's why the pan is pretty decent in that one. So I am very, very happy with that. I'm going to quickly, well, not so quickly, play you the montage of everything that I have hit this year. I absolutely love watching that montage. I know it's kind of long because there's so many pans there, but did anyone catch how many pans that I hit in this year? It's a lot. Let's start with what I have hit just in the last month and a half-ish since I did the last update. Since then, I have hit 43 pans. Mind you, most of these have been in projects for the whole entire year, and a lot of them were very close and were very easy to hit pan on. So it's not like I started with brand new shadows and was able to hit 43 of them in the past month and a half. No, some of them were insanely close, like 1 or 2 uses, and they were there. So that being said, hitting the 43 pans since the last update, I hit a total for 2023, a total of 251 pans in all of my makeup. I did not break it down how many was blush, how many was bronzer, highlighters, eyeliners, eyeshadows, anything like that. I just put it all in. I could break it down, but does it matter? I don't think so. I enjoyed this a lot, but quite frankly, I'm so glad that it is over. I'm ready to start panning things the way I normally pan, which is to complete them, get them done, used up, out of my collection, and, you know, into the recycle bin or wherever. That is what I'm going back to for 2024. It's what I know. It's what I love. I did enjoy this, and I needed it. I really needed a play year after the year that I had last year. I'm I'm happy that I was able to do this for 2023, but I need to get back to what I am used to doing, what I enjoy doing, and that is getting stuff done. Definitely go check out Misty and everyone else that has joined into this madness for 2023. I do have some challenges coming up for 2024. I think I already posted my 50/50 challenge and my use up for $5,000. So y'all know what I'm going for 2024. I'm getting stuff done. All right, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until I see you in my next video, have a beautiful day, have a happy new year, and I will see you soon.